goes down. I think we need some soothing music for this. I think we need some soothing music for this big heavyweight match that we're about to embrace, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. So we got Pongard on defense this time with SerfSlayer taking the assault to them. It does look like both loadouts staying very much the same. No salliouts by either team this time around. Much the same loadouts. We'll have to see how it goes. Watson actually bringing an axe race. No, I don't know what I did. My just changed the entire loadout. I'm gonna give him a minute to breathe and see. Great commentary. Thank you, son. I appreciate that. You're a legend, brother. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, here we freaking go. Why does Takedown have one unit? There he goes. He's selecting his units now. Watson bringing archers to start. Looks like imp archers with flames. Very interesting. What are our thoughts on that? Can we get Takedown to do RP commentary? Nicely? No, he's actually in the fight. He cannot. A lot of jabs on the field with imp archers for defensive purposes. They look like they play very conservative stance. They're not going to frontline at all. It does look like no frontline going to happen here for Pongard. It does look like SerfSlayer is going to take a very different approach here. Looks like they're going to take just a heavy entry approach. Probably played slow, work already. We'll have to see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. And Akumo says, "Go too nice." This Lord of the Music setting is a big mood. It is a big mood, big pog. And as predicted, it does look like SerfSlayer will take that defensive stance. Going straight to the arty, work it right away, empty all their arty, make sure their towers land right away. They don't want any delays for A. A needs to be a free take, spend as much time as possible on home, in case home becomes a big lockdown. Because home can go for a long time if it needs to. Rockstar HD subbing in with the musket field. Yomage probably doing the same exact thing. He did run into a board, but it's fine. He's running over there right now. Aspen Rebel Brave and all the other homies are going ahead and shooting at the towers, trying to ante them as much as possible. Buy some time, but it's gonna be very difficult for them to buy time, especially with the towers the way they're based at this current point in time. Aspen Tree going on the tower right now, trying to take the tab right far tower. Tab left far tower is going to land for free at this point in time. It does look like they're prioritizing tab right mid and tab right tower. They might actually try to hold on A for a little bit. We'll have to see how that goes down if they actually try to go for that A hold. If they drop and stop a tower, they might actually try to anti some stuff for a little bit. Watson, the longbow role player. Big pog. He's a freaking menace with that longbow, big man. Look at him. He's sniping all them. Look at him. He's just sniping the fucking marts. He'll stop that tower if he gets to keep doing that. 3 muskets right now trying to stop the anti-arty. 4 muskets for SerfSlayers. They're not giving them any room to breathe in this arty. They do not want that arty shooting at their towers anymore, and they do anti the entire set of arty from PG. SerfSlayers now decisively able to land their towers pretty much for free at this point in time, since there's no arty allowed in this map. Orhill says kill Sledge Main. And Former Fox says Cav Sally or Pussy Max. Former Fox, how you doing? Good to see the chat, brother. It's been a hot minute. Does look like PG is taking a hard tab right approach here. They do anti the far tab right tower, making it a 2-tower approach with the far tab right mid tower completely stopped. So the only tower currently being pushed by SerfSlayer is tab left tower. That will provide a difficult time for SerfSlayer if they decide to try to push that tower, which it looks like they are going to. They are saying, fuck it, we are disrespecting the tower's balance, and we are going for that tab left push. PG, probably realizing that they're just all heroes, is probably going to make a play there and go for it. We'll have to see. A lot of muskets right now and pole axes on the field for... It does look like actually they switched off musket. Nope, there's still a bunch of muskets on the right in the field for SerfSlayers. They went for that musket meta. Sig, Watson, and 2 Nice taking that tab left approach using their range of bias. A lot of muskets on the field right now for Pongard. Musket's definitely a favored weapon on this map for sure. Makes sense to me. Takedown waiting with the mole, ready to kidnap someone and do what he does best. Throw someone off the wall forehead. Tab left tower not being pushed at this point in time by SerfSlayers. They realize they're taking a slower approach and a more stable approach. Waiting for the next tower to land. Smart on SerfSlayer, otherwise they probably would have lost a good 100 to 200 units there if they tried to push that with just that one tower. That tower does get antied though. Really buying another minute to a minute and a half for PG here. PG getting some time on A without giving it away completely for free is pretty beneficial to them. We'll have to see if it helps them in the long run here, but for the short run, it's definitely beneficial. Especially if they get another 4 minutes on the clock here, that'd be big. Especially with the B and C push, because B and C are the hardest points of this map, ladies and gentlemen. So the more time you spend on A, the harder it's going to be later on. So PG is kind of looking for that shutout at this point in time. They're looking to make sure they have as little time as possible spent on B and C. And in case that those two go down, home point is barely any time. So the more time you get here, the better, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good play. It's what we do on Regionopolis. It's not about holding this X or holding a specific spot. It's just about holding. It's just about holding the specific spots long enough to get ready for the next spot. And you time it out and you calculate what you need to do to hold them for as long as you can. So it's not about holding them there. It's about holding them on home. It does look like a big trap will land there, though, for SerfSlayer. SerfSlayer is doing a huge trap on them right there. I'm not sure what PG was thinking. They do get nailed by this trap. They lose 4 archers. They lose 4 archers to the trap. SerfSlayer is realizing that they got a nice little hit. They're now pushing tab left tower as well, making a decent pressure here. Currently on what's it called? On Pawn Guard right now. SerfSlayer's got one off. Breb is caught off guard. Breb has been abandoned by her team. She will probably go down here. Yep, she's very low HP, and it's not looking good, and she's over. Breb is the first death of the game. Unfortunate. And it does look like SerfSlayer is giving absolutely 0 time for PG to breathe. PG kind of caught their pants down. They revived him too long on the wall. Did not retreat soon enough. SerfSlayer is realizing they're going to A for free. Do not want any more time spent on A. Are deep pressuring tab left right now, giving them no time to get any space right now. They are going to kill some of Reb's Reapers for free right now, ladies and gentlemen. Reapers going for free right now. Unfortunate for Pawn Guard. They are need those units later on. It does look like SerfSlayer will go for a whole snowball effect. Hard snowball effect. 0 time to fucking breathe for PG. PG will need to be set up in time because SerfSlayer is already moving on the fucking move here. Big hero trades happening right now on the mid staircase. It does look like excuse me, my voice is cracked. We don't talk about that. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. It does look like PG will anti that and stop them from pushing there. SerfSlayer is probing them, just giving them a taste of their own medicine. Realizing that they don't have their units, they're going to take their time and set up and go for the same exact type of approach that PG did on them. It does look like they'll prioritize tab right a little bit more here than tab left side. We'll have to see how that works out for them. Looks like they're going to take it a little slow here. The battle has slowed down quite a bit right here. Setting up on both sides. It does look like SerfSlayer will take that tab left side and set up there. SKW and the boys who pushed that last time are now there on defense, making sure it doesn't happen to them. And on tab right side, it does look like SerfSlayers are very set up there. Taking a more of a slower, interesting approach. Alchemist is throwing shit. They're just throwing shit. Senji's trying to get set up. A lot of traps going off at this point in time. They're trying to pressure. It does not look like SerfSlayers are trying to supply at all, though. Even though PGs are very much ready for it, because they're not there. That's probably why they're not trapping it, though. A lot of jabs being thrown right now by Pawn Guard on SerfSlayer. SerfSlayer is getting set up in position, trying to get in position, make things happen here. Taking a little bit more time than Pawn Guard did, but that's absolutely fine. They do have a lot of time on the clock, and if they make it one push here, and it could be very game-changing right now for PG or for... This push right here is going to be very decisive for whichever team decides to win that exchange. It does look like tab left side. It does look like SerfSlayer will take the fight to them. Does engage PG here. PG charging in their palace guards. Very, very cliche of them. They are taking the bottom staircase, forcing SerfSlayers to take the staircase push here. Central being pushed as well by SerfSlayers. It's going to be up to either side. Each side has to win their exchange at this point in time. It does look like at this point in time, PG is holding tab left staircase very decisively. Central staircase is not looking too good for PG, though. It does look like SerfSlayers could make a play here. Takedown is dead. Sinky, Sledgemain, Acid Tree, and Sig are the only survivors. 3 years watching tab left side. Central Supply is in deep shit right now. Can PG hold it, ladies and gentlemen? Find out in the next 25 seconds. It does look like those flames are doing big work for SerfSlayer. Sledgemain looks like he's going to go down right here. It does look like Sledgemain's in deep shit, and he's dead. He's definitely dead, ladies and gentlemen. SerfSlayer is making a big push for supply point. They do push off PG. PG is in full retreat. They do not hold. They do not win their exchange. They win on tablet, but at what cost to their dignity? What cost, gentlemen and ladies? Fjord is getting slammed by a trebuchet. PG is getting hammered right now. Senji's getting hammered as well. Reapers from SerfSlayers on the flank. It does look like PG's fighting for their lives on supply point. No recovery in sight. No miracle in sight at this point in time. Patrick the First throwing some freaking Outrider javelins, but that's just not what they need right now. Takedown coming in from the flank. B-side being taken for free by Yoma Gay right now. He has Cav. Takedown doesn't see it. Takedown's blind. And he sees it now and he realizes it's too late. He's caught with his pants down and he has Cav all over him. And it does look like SerfSlayers will take the supply point decisively here, putting PG on the full defensive, ladies and gentlemen. Grim taking B, reinforcing, takedowns down. Half the team at this point in time is down for PG. PG is not set up at all. SerfSlayers is realizing this with their full team fully alive and ready to go. Our full pushing C and B. Let's see where PG goes and tries to recover from this. Tough situation right now for PG. They are down 100 units. 918 on the field currently for SerfSlayers, and 824 on the field right now for PG. SerfSlayers with the advantage here at this point in time. It's a very tough situation now for PG. PG has lost their exchange and that's down on units. They're going to have to recover and figure out what to do next. Let's see what their captain and what their shot caller has planned for them. SerfSlayers realizing they're going to get tab left supply before they take that right away. PG going for a classic setup on home here. We'll have to see how this goes down. PG does have confirmed respawn advantage. It's a tight fight so far, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see where it goes. Deal for life probing. 2v1. Gets out of that, realizing he's not going to win that. SerfSlayer taking a very, very slow approach here. Watching tab right and tab left bring a whole line formation. I mean, look at that line. Let's press the tab. Look at that line they got with SerfSlayers with PG kind of condensed in the middle here. They are completely surrounded at this point in time. They will have to figure out what to do next, how to get out of this situation and make themselves and present themselves in a better situation. At this point in time, Jang 9, Patrick the First, and Siki watching the tab left flank. Tab right side is pretty open for them to set up in that alleyway, same as PG did. The SerfSlayers might take that angle. They're looking at that angle. They're looking for a central and tab left approach. Classic tab left central approach, same as Shaka Paladins did a couple matches ago. And we'll have to see where it goes. Sorry, my chest hurts a little bit. That's questionable. And that's a big fucking trap right on Maximus, who doesn't move. He doesn't. Jang 9 and Sig watching the tab left side. They are going to let tab left push a little bit and inch in and inch in and inch in. Central's also going to inch in as well. They're going to come from those two angles with far tab right also ready to go in at the moment's notice if need be. They're going to come from 3 different angles. SerfSlayers will try to split them up into 3v3v3 scenario. PG, realizing that they're in a tough spot, is starting to probe back a little bit. They're just getting trepped on trep at this point in time. Look at that beautiful trep coming in. Boom, 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 right on Watson. And it's a very tough situation for PG. They are getting kind of dwindled down at this point in time. Unit count on the field is not even 100 units down. PG are. I just talked like Yoda. Central is about to get. I almost said Central Care. Central is about to get hit very soon, I think, at this point in time, with Tab right reinforcing. Tab left is just probing, trying to make them bait over there, but they're playing very conservative. Both teams playing very conservative. Central playing, getting ready to probe. Let's see what they got mixed in down there. Madow's pushing a little bit, just kind of going back and forth, watching trips. Reaper combo going in right now. There's a Central push right now, giving no time to breathe. Sedgeman gets in there right away. He's in a tough scenario right off the bat, though. Nose team is still one supporting Sedgeman at this point in time. Two Nice is on his horse running around. Astrid realizes the situation's bad, gets in there. Tablet's also pushing in. It's a full push in both angles. Tab right goes in on Central as well. PG needs to win their exchange here, or it's over. A very hard change on home point. S3 Seeking Max responding. Mr. Billy D in the back line. Take that running back for units with Sedgeman and Jang Nong. SerfSlayers have big advantage here. Tab left is being lost decisively by SerfSlayers. PG will win tab left. They have to push off Central now. Patrick the First realizing this goes in and reinforces Sig and Maximus. Sledgeman and Takedown realizing the situation is bad right now. Go back in and immediately push. Home point, they do clear. It does look like at this point in time, PG does win the tab left push, but SerfSlayers is not out for the count, ladies and gentlemen. They're still very much in this fight. Only down 3 heroes. They do a full cycle central to reinforce the boys already pushing there. PG does not see that. Still has 5 guys on tab left side. Trep's still coming in hot from SerfSlayers. They are not giving any time for PG to set up and to get their units comfortable. That Trep's going to be right on those Forta Brachios. And they do see it coming. They do move. Nice call. Very nice move by PG to get out of the way of that. That would have been a bad trap if that landed. At this point in time, it does look like SerfSlayers did get pushed out. PG did survive that one, but at what cost? At a cost of evening out back the unit counts. This is a very even fight right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's mano y mano, endgame team versus endgame team. Two high-tier teams here, 2 teams to watch for most of this tournament. Really gonna have to see how this goes, ladies and gentlemen. Be a very juicy fight, and see who takes this. No cap points, really. Maybe a touch, maybe a slimmer of a touch. By SerfSlayers, but not much. I mean, PG does not want to let them have it, man. PG is like, they want to shut them out. We want to close this out. Coleman LeBate says, is there any gifters in the chat? I don't know, bro. Maybe. There might be. Maybe there's an oil banner out there for everybody. C4 is yelling for help on home. That's pretty keck W if I do say so myself. We'll have to see how that goes for him. Sorry. That's better. It's a very tough fight right now for both teams. Both teams looking for the even angle. Sorry, I was changing the music up. Flames saved them in that push. It was a good flame push. Absolutely. Flames did an excellent job there. SerfSlayer's realizing they're going to go for a death ball approach again. This time mainly using Essential and tab right with a couple guys on tab left looking for the flank. Rev the Blade is giving it away for free. It does look like tab left is wide open right now for PG. PG is not watching it. They are completely cut off. PG is really not a good spot. They're just kind of running around in circles in the middle. Neither team... And SerfSlayer is kind of walking in for free here. Not looking good at all for PG. They do not know. I don't think they're comfortable with what they're positioning right now. 3 heroes on the flank right now for SerfSlayers with the rest of the team on that central push. SerfSlayer's not pushing it. They could have easily pushed in there, made a big trade there, but opted out of it. I'm going to zoom out real quick. 4 heroes on tab left side right now. 4 SerfSlayers looking for the opportunity to flank. 4 Brachio's an infantry flank. Not a lot of cav there. So it would be an infantry push. That's why they're not pushing. That's why SerfSlayers is taking the time. Realize they don't have cav to flank in there. It does look like PG's in a comfortable spot. They're just cycling on and off the point, moving around, just trying to dodge and bob and weave trebs. Really even fight right now, ladies and gentlemen. Very even fight. This can go either way. One fuck up on tab left and it's over, though, for PG. Confirmed. Just some hero play real quick. Some guns firing here and there. A couple musket bombs. A little bit of harassment. PG's ready has the failsafe ready to go. Good to move. A couple javelins coming in. Just a couple muskets really harassing at this point in time. A lot of musket fire back and forth with Sledge Main and Sig really prioritizing that point. Sledge really kind of being the hero here, body blocking that supply point at all times. Really kind of taking on like a short sword duty as a poleaxe. He is part of the poleaxe cult, actually, if you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen. And let's go for a closer look at him. Sig getting in there, realizing he needs the front line as a musket, since no one else is willing to. Needs to get in there, and then the javelin throw coming in hot on absolutely nothing. It does look like at this point in time, SerfSlayer really wants to push in here very slowly. Tab left side is really not pressuring hard yet. They just got hero plays right there. There are a couple of guys around the corner, but it's going to take them 30 seconds to get into position. Interesting charge right there by PG. Way premature charge. Shouldn't have charged that. I don't think that was the play at all. That was definitely not the play by PG there. I don't think they should have charged at all. But then again, it was White Pikes, I think. So far, very even count on the field right now. Actually, at this point in time, PG is still down 100 units. I made a mistake, and I apologize. It does look like PG is getting pushed off here. Siki's going to die for free. Absolutely. Sledgemain realizing he's the only one still body blocking. They're down. Currently at this point in time, Siki and SKW and Sledgemain are all down, who are the frontline players for that home point push. Tab left is now wide open completely. Patrick the First and Maximus are realizing he's trying to watch the flank. Both teams are now engaging. Cav come in for SerfSlayers. It's getting a little laggy on my screen. FPS is dropped to 20. Wow. Big change here. Rev the Brave trying the front line. Treb right on her head. Ooh, and it is going straight to SerfSlayer at this point in time. SerfSlayer is decisively winning the exchange here on home point. PG can just not win it, ladies and gentlemen. It is not looking good at all. It is very much over PG. PG is standing still. There's not much they can do. Maximus needs to see this and make something happen here, but there's not much that can be done. There's no miracle in play. The same scenario that happened to SerfSlayers on defense is now happening to PG. There's the play right there, ladies and gentlemen. We just watched a slow motion death by infantry there. It is going to be a decisive win here by SerfSlayers. PG frantically trying to get on point, but this is nothing they can do. They're just going in there and dying. There's not much they can do, and it's completely over. SerfSlayers does walk away with a decisive win there, and PG does take that loss. It is 1-1, ladies and gentlemen. PG taking the first win of the day, and then SerfSlayers following up taking the win as well. Both teams fought valiantly. SerfSlayers really doing a big job here. Flarestar with 8 hero kills, Arca with 2 hero kills, Lex with 7 hero kills, Roxor with 4 hero kills. Really, really big play here by SerfSlayers. Really walking with some very decisive wins. Let's look at the post-battle analysis. I mean, look at it here. It happened again, ladies and gentlemen. This supply point, again, was decisively won this time by SerfSlayers, winning that central push and then flanking from tab right. PG not able to respond. They won their far tab left side, but they lost the supply point still and really couldn't get it down. Really just decisive loss. I mean, maybe they won one trade in this entire fight, but really just pretty much won decisively throughout by SerfSlayers here. Good distraction on A, but they stayed too long and lost free Reapers and some other units that they really needed on the back line later in the fight. As we came to home point, SerfSlayers just decisively dominated pretty much most of that. PG did get him cleared off one time with the flame push. The initial push was cleared out by PG. They did good hold the flames, but between the trebs and the musket bombs, there was nothing they could do. They had to constantly move around. They couldn't really get set up, and SerfSlayers really had them by the balls at that point in time. That the home point is very, very difficult. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, both teams are finalist teams, endgame teams that are absolutely OP. That's why I say this is the teams to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams are absolutely phenomenal. I really am looking forward to seeing them in the finals. I'm pretty much guaranteeing that they're both going, or that both of them are going to be very close to it, if I'm not mistaken. 1-1 though for both teams. Very respectable teams fought by both teams.